This is what 2 months of eating clean and not drinking did for me. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my takeaways from eating clean and not drinking for 2 months. First of all, I'm going to talk about why I started, what I actually did, if it works, what happened, and the digestion changes, how I felt overall, how the holidays, getting back into it during the holidays, and then what I'm taking from it, and so on. So basically why I started was because I got my nose job December 1st, and just after Halloween, which was obviously October 31st, I decided I might as well just stop drinking a month leading up to it, because they tell you to not drink like a week or 2 weeks before for the inflammation, so it's less like swollen, less bruised. But I honestly was like, I'm just gonna take it a little bit farther and not drink a month prior, because not that much happens in November usually. It is one of my best friend's birthdays at the end of the month, which I did actually go out sober for, which was fine. But I just knew that this month there wouldn't be a lot happening, so I wouldn't have FOMO of missing out going out with friends. There's only like a few times that happened, but I basically just stopped drinking and then eating clean, right at the beginning of November up until probably close to Christmas, because even after the surgery, I wanted to keep the diet going, because I just wanted to be the most anti-inflammatory diet that I could do, just to help with the bruising and swelling. And it's still super swollen here, which makes sense. Like, there's literally no bridge to my nose yet, but honestly, the bruising and swelling, like, right away wasn't even that bad. So I think it did its job. So what I did was I cut out alcohol, sugar, dairy, gluten, and processed sugar, like all white sugar, and then just drank a lot of water, ate whole foods like veggies, protein, drank so much water, kept myself hydrated, super anti-inflammatory, had so much like blueberry, papaya, everything to just really have the least amount of swelling and bruising. Wasn't following a specific diet. I cut out the things that I felt were obviously would inflammate the body, and I cut out those things. And then, just intuitively ate when I was full, that was it. Ate when I was hungry, but it honestly made me feel amazing. And yes, it does work. If you would like to have clearer skin, if you want to lose weight, if you would like to have a clearer mind and have a better sleep, it does work, it was great, but it was almost bittersweet, because I was like, wow, okay, so you really do have to cut out alcohol and sugar and so on to live a healthy and happy life, because I felt amazing. There wasn't a single time where I ate food and had a stomach ache. It's actually crazy how much you realize your stomach, I think I made a little quote for this. Oh yeah, I didn't realize how often my stomach felt off until it just didn't feel off anymore, because there's so many times when you eat and then it hurts your stomach and you're like, oh, complaining, so on, here and there. But every single meal that I had was fine, because I wasn't overeating either, so I would just eat a meal and then move on. I wasn't super bloated, and it would digest properly. As I was about to talk about, the digestion changes. It is crazy how you don't feel heavy and you're not bloated, and everything's going smoothly, especially with the drinking a lot of water. Like, it was actually crazy. I put down, why do I feel gross after that? Like, no, why do I feel gross after that feeling? Because when you eat junk food or you eat something that's probably not the best for you and your stomach hurts. One point that actually was crazy is that I was eating super clean for a long time. And I think the first time I was at a friend's house and they had like the salt and vinegar's Vicky's chips, and I had 4 or 5 pieces of the chips, like not that many. And immediately, like 2 minutes later, my stomach started to hurt. Like not a lot, obviously, but a little bit. And it was interesting, because I was just like, wow, even just that is going to now affect my stomach because of how clean I've been eating, which was crazy. So that was just crazy, a crazy thing to realize. How I felt overall: better sleep, clearer head, less inflammation, more stable energy, felt more in tune with my body. My body felt calmer, recovery felt smoother, and felt like I was actually supporting my healing. Yeah, honestly, all those already kind of touched on, but it definitely helped with the swelling and inflammation for sure, and I'm very happy that I went through with it. The holidays were so hard because, not so hard, but it was just difficult because I was doing such a clean diet and felt so amazing. And then of course when the holiday comes, I was eating so much chocolate, and then almost, since I had restricted it for so long, I ate like a lot of chocolate and would be so full and then would just keep eating, which was not great. And then of course in the holidays you're drinking, you're doing whatever. I didn't drink, like, I think I drank a couple times in December, like maybe 3 times, maybe 4 times. But it was just interesting getting back into it. And I didn't feel like, I don't know if I felt guilty, but it was just like, I felt like shit, which was just annoying because I had felt so good for so long that I was just like, wow, it's so annoying that all this amazing food that I love really makes your stomach hurt. Holidays are indulgent and that's totally okay and that's fine, but it was just interesting to see the contrast of how you feel when you're eating super healthy, how you feel in this time and incorporating drinking and so on. And yeah, it was just very interesting. Yeah, I don't regret anything. Obviously, I love enjoying the holidays and it was amazing, but it was just so interesting to see the different contrast. I'm obviously not going to quit alcohol. I love going out with my friends and going out for drinks and so on. And I'm not going to be eating perfectly, but it's just very interesting to see the differences in how much better you can feel. And I'm very happy that I did do this and was not forced to do it because of my surgery coming up, but that I kind of was strict in this sense and kept up this diet. So now I know how it feels to cut out certain things, live a certain lifestyle, and what I can do for myself. I'm going to be more intentional going forward with going forward with just eating and what I'm putting into my body. Obviously, I'm still going to have sweet treats, processed sugar, and so on, but I'm talking so much with my hands. But I think it's just important to be intentional and just listen to your body. Like, if I'm eating a bowl of ice cream and my stomach starts to hurt, maybe I should stop, or maybe have a smaller amount. Like, I'm the type where I'm going to eat a bunch of sweets and I'm going to keep eating the sweets if they're there, even if my stomach is so full and it hurts, which is not good. So I'm going to focus more on eating intentionally in a sense of, like, if I'm full, I'm full. Like, I'm also the type to just fill a plate and but eat all of it because it's there, even though I'm so full halfway through or something. So just be more intentional with that and see how my body feels. And yeah, just go into this year being just, like, focused on my health and of course still drinking and eating unhealthy things, but just being more intentional with them. I wrote down here, sometimes something that starts off as a requirement ends up teaching you something about yourself. And I'm very happy that I went through with this. And yeah, it just taught me what my body likes, what my body doesn't like, and how healthy I can be, and how when I put my mind to something, I do it because I told myself I'm going to do this diet. And then I did it for like 2 months. And then I went back to my regular eating, and now I'm doing a little mix of both. And when I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it and do it right and do it well. And especially with how my surgery went, like, people will see me and be like, how is it look so good? It's only been like a little bit over a month. And I'm like, I don't know, even though it is actually like extremely, this part is so swollen, like, you can't, it looks so strange on camera, in person, whatever, there's no bridge to it, but it's definitely much better than some people that I've seen that have like crazy bruising for so long or puffed up like a puffer fish. But I'm very happy with going through with the diet and knowing how to take care of my body, and I'm going to take all these things that I learned into the new year. But I'm hoping this maybe inspired you to do something healthy for the new year, or was just a form of entertainment. But I'll talk to you later, and thanks for watching. Bye.